Okay, so we're going to be looking at fractions and looking at some review questions with fractions. Okay, so our first question we have says there are 40 houses in a neighborhood. Company X provides electricity to 1/8 of the houses. Company Y provides electricity to 2/5, and Company Z provides electricity to the remaining houses. So I'm looking to see how many houses does Company Z provide electricity to. So first thing I need to do is find 1/8 of 40 to see how much Company Z does, 2/5 of 40 for Company Y, and then I can look and see what's left. Okay, so if I'm finding a fraction of something, that really just means multiply. So 1/8 of 40. So I'm going to divide that 40 into 8 pieces, which is 5. Oops, 5. And I just want one of those pieces. So Company X provides for 5 houses. Right? Company Y, splitting it into 5 pieces. So 40 divided by 5, which is 8. But then I want 2 sections of that. So 2 times 8 is 16. So then I need to look and see, what do I have so far? So 5 plus 16. So I have 21 so far. So I need to look and see, well, how much is left? So 21 houses are already serviced. There's 40 houses total. 40 minus 21. And Company Z has 19 houses. All right, let's look at another one. Rebecca needs 10.5 yards of fabric to make a quilt. So far, she's got a piece that is 2.5 and another piece that is 4 1/4. How many more yards of fabric does Rebecca need to make the quilt? So let me first see, what does she actually have? She has 2.5. She has 4 1/4. So let's add those together. In order to add, I know they need to have common denominators. So I'm going to use a common denominator of 4. This one already is 4, so this one stays the same. This one I need to multiply by 2. Now I can add. So I have 3/4 and 6. So that's what she has. Well, she needs 10.5. So I need to see how much more does she need. So 10.5 minus 6 3/4. Okay, 10.5 minus 6 3/4. So I'm going to need to make some common denominators first. So I'm going to use 4 times 2. So I have 10 2/4, 6 3/4. So then I'm going to make these improper. So that's 40 plus 2. So I have 42/4, 24, 26, 27/4. Now I can subtract. And I get 15/4. I can now turn that back into a mixed number. 3 times 3 3/4. I get an answer of H. So again, just kind of remembering our steps for common denominators, turning it to an improper fraction, subtracting, and then turning back into a mixed number. All right, diameter of the handle of a softball is 1 3/4 inches. What is the length in inches of 8 of those? If I need 8 of these, which means multiplication. So make this improper. Make this into a fraction, and then it's just multiplying. Turn this back into a mixed number. And I get 14. All right, another one that looks similar to the companies with the electricity. So Maya's got 120 caramel apples to sell. 1/5 of them have peanuts, 1/3 of them have chocolate chips, 3/10 have coconut, the rest have sprinkles. All right, so let's see what 1/5 of 120 is. So 120 divided by 5, 24, and I only need one of those parts. So 24 have peanuts. Now let's look and see for chocolate chips. I'm going to divide it into thirds. 120 divided by 3. And I get 40. Again, I just want one part. Next one is dividing it into tenths. And that's 12. But then I want 3 of those, so 3 groups of 12, which is 36. So now let's see what I have so I can figure out how much is missing. I have 24, 40, and 36. So I have 100 so far. So what's missing? 120 minus 100 gives me an answer of 20. So that was just a brief review on fractions.